Have you ever felt lost in a relationship you thought was rock solid? Like the person you loved was slipping away, and you didn't know how to pull them back? That's what happened to Jane. Today, we'll dive into her story, a story about love, betrayal, and the impact of porn on a relationship. Love is a complex thing, isn't it? It can lift you higher than you ever thought possible, but it can also bring you crashing down to earth. Jane and her boyfriend, Mark, were the kind of couple who made everyone else jealous. They were always laughing, always touching, always whispering secrets to each other. They were young, they were in love, and they thought their happiness would last forever. They met at a friend's barbecue and hit it off immediately. He made her laugh, she made him think, and they just clicked. They spent hours talking, sharing their dreams and fears, and building a connection that felt unbreakable. They moved in together after dating for a year, and at first everything was perfect. They were building a life together, and it felt like nothing could come between them. One night, Jane walked in on Mark watching porn. She stood there for a moment, frozen, unsure of what to say or do. She didn't make a big deal out of it at the time. She tried to brush it off, telling herself it was normal. She knew that guys watched porn, and she didn't want to be that girl, the jealous, insecure girlfriend. She wanted to be cool, understanding. But deep down, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. It gnawed at her, a quiet unease that wouldn't go away. It wasn't just that he was watching porn, it was the way he looked when he was watching it, so engrossed, so detached. It was like he was completely detached from her, lost in a world where she didn't exist. She felt invisible, unimportant. The next morning they had a conversation about it. Jane couldn't hold it in any longer. Jane told Mark how his porn use made her feel, and he was apologetic. He listened, really listened to her concerns. He promised to be more mindful of her feelings in the future. They hugged, hoping this would be a turning point in their relationship. For a while, things seemed okay. Jane and Mark were happy, enjoying each other's company and sharing moments of joy and laughter. But then, a few weeks later, it happened again. The atmosphere in their home shifted dramatically. Jane walked in on Mark watching porn, and the shock was palpable. This time she couldn't hold back her emotions. The tears flowed freely as she confronted him. They had a huge fight, their voices echoing through the house. For the first time, Jane started to question everything about their relationship. She loved Mark deeply, but she couldn't understand why he would choose to watch porn over being intimate with her. It felt like a betrayal. It made her feel unattractive, undesirable, and deeply insecure. She wondered if she was enough for him. Mark, on the other hand, felt like Jane was overreacting. He was frustrated by her reaction. He didn't understand why she was making such a big deal out of something that he considered to be perfectly normal. To him, it was harmless. He argued that lots of guys watched porn, and it was a common thing. He tried to justify himself, saying it didn't mean that they didn't love their girlfriends, but Jane wasn't convinced. Section 5, Disgust and Betrayal. This pattern continued for months, stretching into what felt like an eternity for Jane. Jane would catch Mark watching porn, they would fight, their voices echoing through the house, and then Mark would promise to stop, his words sounding sincere but hollow. But the promises were always broken, leaving Jane more disheartened each time. One day, Jane stumbled upon a hidden folder on Mark's computer. It was filled with explicit videos, each one more shocking than the last. And as she scrolled through them, her heart sank deeper. She felt a wave of nausea wash over her. The videos were degrading, dehumanizing, and completely at odds with the man she thought she knew and loved. She felt disgusted, betrayed, and utterly alone. She confronted Mark, and this time there were no more apologies, no more promises. The air was thick with tension. He just shrugged his shoulders and said, "It's just porn, Jane. Get over it." His indifference cut deeper than any lie. Section 6. Is this cheating? Jane was heartbroken. She had tried everything she could think of to get through to Mark, but nothing seemed to work. She felt like she was losing him, and she didn't know what else to do. She started to wonder if this was it. Was this the end of their relationship? Was porn use a form of cheating? She didn't know what to believe anymore. All she knew was that she was in pain, and she didn't know how to make it stop. Section 7. What would you do? Jane's story is a difficult one, and unfortunately it's not unique. Many couples struggle with the impact of porn on their relationships. What do you think? Is porn use a form of cheating? How can couples navigate these difficult conversations? Have you ever been in a similar situation? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Section 8, let's talk about it. Navigating the choppy waters of relationships in the digital age can be challenging, and Jane's experience is a stark reminder of that. If this story resonates with you, remember, you're not alone. Open communication, understanding, and empathy are crucial. It's time we break the silence surrounding these sensitive issues and create a safe space for open dialogue and support. Let's keep the conversation going. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more content.